Welcome everyone back to the channel, and yeah, I thought I'd show you guys a race. The other day you watched a race from me where we raced at the Caterhams on the Formula E test circuit, and it was good to be back. Some silly errors, but was a fun race nonetheless, and good to be racing RFactor 2 again. I really enjoy it, and yeah, really just wanted to show you this race, which I had done at some point as well. It's the Tatuus or Tatuus. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's the open wheelers at Indy, and it's the replay of the race. It was an alright race. As you can see, I'm starting in P2, and we are getting ready for the race. I will show some different camera angles. The first lap, I go from P2, I think, to P5, make my way back. Then it settles a bit, and then towards the end of the race, we get some back markers. But I was slowly catching P2 later in the race. Didn't ever get close enough to challenge. I had caught about a second or just over a second during the course of the race to get back to them. But so I started P2, finished P3. It was a good race. These open wheeler races can often be quite difficult and quite messy, but this was not a bad one for us at least. So let's see what happens. So you can see we got a good start. And you can see that we're on the outside. All the cars coming through. Then under the braking, as I go back, there was a car that really broke super late. We were trying to take evasive action, land up on the grass. So that was P2 that's in front, or P3 that's in front now, and then P2, and then one of the other cars got past here. And then trying to avoid, there was a car on my inside here, so I was trying to avoid them. Yeah, then I saw the dive coming, so if you watch from here, you can see there's a dive. I anticipated, so I braked a little bit earlier. And you can see that they bumped each other. So if we just go back a little bit here, you'll see under the brake in there, I saw him coming up the inside and I anticipated it. You see that they bumped a bit. So I dropped from P2 to P5 here, and it allowed the first two guys to get away a little bit, which was unfortunate because I had to sit behind these guys for almost 2 laps. Was quicker than both of them, but because of my cautious start, because I know these three-wheelers can be so bad, one little touch and the race is over. But not going to complain about the result. Made for an interesting race. Have some cars behind us. Ran a little bit deep out that corner there, so compromised slightly. But as you'll see, it's not maybe the worst thing out to have done that. Sat behind them. Closed up nicely under the braking zone, and I still didn't even get it perfectly, so I was much quicker than these guys. As you can see in this section, I mean, the first and second are gone up the road. Already they've pulled a gap here, so I knew at this point I was being compromised. Then I was silly. I closed up on him too much there, and trying to avoid him because he had made the mistake. I'll end up cutting the track, so I had to give the position back. And so I had to slide in. So again there I lost some time. So all these little things on the first couple of laps really they put me at a disadvantage of catching the leaders again. But I know the leader in the quali was like a second quicker than anyone else, so I knew he was going to get away. So I was just pushing to try and get back to P2 because I was 2/10 of a second quicker than him in quali. So I knew with good laps I could actually get, and there was one position back when they touched. I'm pretty sure the guy in front of me took revenge there when he bumped the other car, because the guy who just bumped him in the first lap, if you remember. But it opened the door for me, and I didn't even have to get the draft in. I slotted in front of him here, but I was worried about him, and I was in 2 minds here whether I should defend the inside line, and I thought not. I thought I'd just anticipate him diving through. Because if I defended I would have lost more time, so luckily he didn't do anything. And then it was me here, And that's me now. As you can see, I'm already going to be pulling away in the next few corners as we go. You're going to see. I mean, look how much I've got away from them already. Just getting onto the back straight. So it was me just going now. I just had such a nice run here. Even though I ran wide, and this was me trying to push now a little bit, trying to get back to P2, when I should have rather just settled into the race and let the race come to me. If I just settled in a little bit, it would have been a lot easier, but they had a nice... The more I raced, the more comfortable I got with the car, the better it became, so... I'll watch the next lap and then I'll go forward a little bit. You can see there the leaders pulled away a little bit. I could still see P2 ahead of me. And that's kind of how it was for most of the race. It was watching him and not being too far away, but also knowing that I'm struggling to get close quick enough to make an effort to pass. And when we started catching the back markers, you'll see later in the race, I really thought I would have a chance, but we caught the back markers at similar times, which means in the lap, so it was kind of difficult because we had, you know, when he would lose time and then I'd catch the back markers through corners and then I would lose time to him again, so it didn't really make a difference, but yeah, I was just trying to be smooth. I didn't want to, these cars lock their tires up so quickly and I didn't want to flat spot the tires and then lose time through that. I was trying to preserve tires but also push a little bit here. No, it's not a long race, but on RFactor 2 you don't want flat spots because it really vibrates through the wheel more than like ACC does and that, so if you are excited to see Lamar Ultimate, let me know. I'll get the game and give it a try. I'm still in two minds of whether I should get it or not at the moment. I see it is in early access, and I know there's a lot of people raving about the game, and there's a few that have faced the bugs, and we know it is still busy under development, but yeah, I am contemplating getting it, but also do know there are some races, so hopefully we can get some more of the ACC races up as well soon. I'm just going to skip forward here a bit. We're now on lap 9 of the race, and you can see he's still going relatively well here. You can see there's no cars behind me. I've really pulled away from the cars behind me. Can still see P2 ahead of me, and P1 did pull away a bit at this point, so the last couple of laps now, you can see some back markers there that we're starting to catch. So I think it's P2 and then a back marker, and then I think it was P1 in front of that at this point of the race. So yeah, let's go forward another lap or two. Actually, I want to go back here just a little bit. Just because, yeah, we got a back marker in front of us now, so this is the first back marker. I don't know if I took them past one or a couple of back markers, but there was one, yeah, really didn't give me too many hassles. I could see P2 was there and he had a back marker near him as well, so we were trying to push. I was hoping that they would have a little bit of a fight more than anything, and then I would be able to pull my way through it. These kind of hop-on races like this that happen every hour, at the moment, if you catch at the wrong time of the day, the fields are so small that you have a very big gap in driver ability, so you'll have some very quick drivers and very slow drivers on the same grid, more than it being a very similar paced, kind of race. And so as you can see, there's a back marker spinning in front here. He had just gone wide, so I go past one back marker here, and he had lost his wing, so I knew he wasn't even going to try and be a problem. So yeah, unfortunately these races too tend to spread out a little bit. It makes for good fun racing because you still got to concentrate, and you know you don't want to make mistakes because you don't want to fall into clutches of other drivers, and you want to push hard, and you want to still try and catch drivers in front of you in case they make mistakes. So there's still a lot of work going on, but it's not wheel-to-wheel racing all the time. But it's a lot of fun still. Really enjoy it, and so that's why I say, like I said the other day, it's really cool to play these because it's half an hour and you've done a race. And, it's not a lot of time, and it's a good, quick, fun race. The races aren't too long. The field stretch out even more. And yeah, that's the end of the race. As you can see, we got right up to P2 in the end. Really just couldn't get him. But yeah, that was the race. Didn't even realize it was the last lap. I forgot it was only 13 laps. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys soon.